York, cause I just love fashion. Let's make the play for the pad, he taxing. Told her I should better, I take my cut from the back.
Pat dropped the videos yesterday. Ray William Johnson tried to warn them. I don't know what this is about.
In 2012, Ray William Johnson was the #1 most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, which sounds like a great accomplishment, but it made him a target.
Yeah.
Ray was in a feud with a merciless, greedy, and borderline evil company that was actively trying to leech every last dollar from big and small YouTubers all over the world. Some of your favorite creators were victims: PewDiePie, Moist Critical, Philip DeFranco, just to name a few.
Doesn't Ray still make? He still make videos, right? Let's see. If I pull up his channel, let's see. Yeah. When was the last upload? Damn, 2 hours ago. Damn. But he's a music channel. What? But he got y'all niggas on a thumbnail. The boy in his Charlie bag. Hold on. I don't know. I'll be watching Ray William Johnson. I might even subscribe to him. I'll be watching Charlie be doing it. I don't know.
The ironic part is that
search Ray doing your mom. Pardon? Ray doing the gritty. Why is that the first thing that popped up? 14 years ago. This doesn't even look real, bro. This is 09. Damn. YouTube literally just came out, what, a couple years ago before this? This is crazy. I think all the times I watch YouTube, I never seen this video. This how it was, the old school music videos. That wasn't even that bad, to be fair. Nigga say giggity. Hood classic. Who knew Ray William Johnson was like this? I'm waiting for this black dude to spit some heat. They gotta spit some heat. You're right, but there's no way you don't got this black dude here. Yeah, that's.
When she acts like Rihanna.
Whoa. I'm glad we witnessed that. I'm glad we witnessed history right there. I didn't even notice that. 24 million. I feel like that should be like the face of YouTube. Like that should be the face of YouTube.
That this company, dubbed Maker Studios, was founded by other popular YouTubers. They really be your own people. However, the true kingpin of the
What is
Maker
that?
Studios mob.
All right, the link demon is activated. He's here. He's here, folks. He's here. Buddy, you did not just link me a Uno Miles video while I'm watching this, bro.
Was a man called Danny Zappin, a federal convict who got out of prison and exploited the untapped gold mine of YouTube money. However, despite Ray's valiant efforts of exposing the evil tactics of Zappin's company, it wasn't enough.
That background itself is legendary itself,
Go
bro.
on to sell to Disney for over $500 million. This dream team, guided by the vision of a federal convict, got filthy stinking rich at the expense of hardworking YouTubers around the world.
Dang.
This is how they did it. YouTube launched in May of 2005. Danny Zappin, aka Danny Diamonds, was one of their early users because he was on house arrest with nothing to do but browse the internet all day. In 2000,
That buddy just randomly came across a new platform called YouTube.
He moved to Los Angeles to be an actor but failed. He claimed it's because he confronted Hollywood's gatekeepers after being denied multiple roles and they blacklisted him. Because of this, Zappin needed money, so he smuggled ecstasy, got caught, and was sentenced to 2 years in prison.
W Smarties.
He began uploading videos to sites like Crap TV before he was arrested, so YouTube was like a shiny new toy when he got out. YouTube gained 30,000 unique users a day after its beta release in May 2005, and by the time it officially released in December of that year, it would reach a combined 2 million total views a day, and by the following month, 25 million. Then YouTube reached its first 1 million viewed video, which was Brazilian soccer player Ronaldinho receiving his golden boots. In a feat of marketing genius,
Bro, when YouTube released, bro, Jesus.
Nike uploaded the video under the alias Joe B.
Joe
as if it was any
B.
other YouTube user instead of the multinational sneaker conglomerate. The advertising potential was looking extremely promising, which is why Google purchased YouTube for $1.65 billion within a year of their launch. With
Damn.
such potential for money to be made, not only did established companies get involved, but opportunistic creators as well. It's no secret that creators always have and always will be the foundation, the backbone of what makes this site amazing. YouTube
Bread.
content in the early days
When
consisted
OG
mostly
goats.
of just things related to Club Penguin, classical music masterpieces, memes, really bad tutorials, more memes, and Soulja Boy. But sprinkled in there were
True.
creators who made skits, storytime videos, theories,
Was that Zach King?
news channels, and the first
Who took
YouTube
over Bond?
influencers were starting to gain
One of
millions
the
of
goats.
views on their videos. YouTube then launched their partner program that pays a percentage of the advertising revenue when ads are shown on their videos. Most creators at this time treated YouTube like a fun hobby and not a career path.
Yeah,
However,
definitely
people
did.
like Danny Zappin saw an opportunity that he knew he could exploit. Danny told a few other creators about his vision. His girlfriend Lisa Donovan, her brother Ben Donovan, as well as Shay Carl and
True,
Travis
Smosh.
G, who were all YouTubers. One night they all got together for a brainstorm session and laid the foundation for what would become Maker Studio.
Everything originally, the idea, we were all content creators and there are a few others, and the idea was if we could come together and share our audience and build an infrastructure, we could all scale and build
It's crazy how it is. Like, back then you say, you know, I'm a content creator. Niggas will laugh at you like, nigga, what'd you just say?
company
But nowadays,
to what it is today. And
almost every third person is some form of content creator.
I didn't know how to, like, you know, shoot things, and Maker gave me a place where all that was handled, and all I had to do was just try and be funny.
And that working together, you know, you can help one another, you know, and I think driving audience to one another and helping new talent that hadn't been established
This nigga right here don't know what to say. He said, damn, they said good stuff.
grow an audience, I think is really exciting. And
They essentially came up with the idea
Oh,
for
they
a
ain't get
studio
him,
to
okay.
share resources and talent, similar to
Oh, he got
Hollywood
the mic,
studios
never mind.
that have been around for 100 years. Danny thought this was revolutionary, but the idea was nothing special. Most people didn't know why we were founding Maker, and we couldn't get any of our actor friends to participate. The most popular YouTube content was low-quality webcam videos of people with simple ideas and
Yep.
a lot of personality. Why do they need a professional studio? Well, the answer was they didn't. And even 15 years later, many of your favorite creators today are just people in their room coming up with stuff. But Danny had a plan, and step one was to create a success story to prove this could work. Danny and the group launched a collaborative channel called The Station, which even included
The
Shane
Station.
Dawson, Philip DeFranco, and Hi, I'm Ron. Maker
Oh, not
believed
Shane
each
Dawson.
of those stars could be used to direct fans to new artists, which inspired the company to build a network of affiliated channels. And they were right. They had immediate success with Hot Girls on Teen Cribs, amassing 60 million views.
What's up, MTV? My name's Shay around.
What the?
Meet my less attractive friend, Jasmine. She's super ugly, but don't hold it against her.
The station established an
But what
office
is
where they
happening?
would connect during work days to plan, shoot, and edit the content. They recruited more people to be a part of the team. Andrea's Choice, What a Day Derek, Cecily, The Fine Bros, who changed their channel to React, Michael Gallagher
Yep.
from Totally Sketch, Timothy De La Ghetto, the list goes on and on. Their main type of content were comedy sketches, similar to College Humor, but way worse.
I've been working
I forgot about College Humor.
I gotta say, these people are really into their craft beers.
Can I get a Pooch Daddy saison?
You guys got any Blue Caboose barley wine?
One doppelganger doppelbock.
Hey, Teach, do you? Do I what? Do you? Splooge!
I would never.
You should. Splooge is the new cool thing.
Most of their humor was extremely
That's like the jump, bro.
men dressing
Like you
as
see in
women,
commercial,
playing on
bro.
racial stereotypes and trying to make anything as sexual as possible. 99%
Yo, it's a different time. It was different times. It was different time.
of this content aged terribly, but this was a time where the edgier
It was
you
different
were on
times.
YouTube,
Because that was 2 weeks ago for somebody.
the more views you could get.
We're here with two hot sluts on Abbott Kinney to see what they think about
Okay, this was a long time ago.
what's happening with the recession.
Danny Zappin was
Okay, that was
pretty much the only person at the station who wasn't on camera. That's because he was too busy figuring out how to get rich. Danny realized
Was that
they
the
had a
awful
money problem.
bitch?
They had a group of 20 or so creators with millions of subscribers, and they were generating tens of millions of views per month, but the ad revenue from the partner program
Jesus,
wasn't
dumbass.
enough. You see, the partner program in 2010 was not even close to what it is today.
2010. This is 13 years ago.
It was only available to a select group of very popular creators who had to apply and be accepted. But
Oh, so you have to be at the top, dog.
even
Okay.
those people weren't making significant money because the percentage split was terrible. The only way to make more money was to get more creators involved. But the studio only had so much space and employees to provide services to creators. This is where Danny's scheme began. Maker Studios
His
formed a
scheme.
multi-channel network, or MCN. Instead of only working with the in-house creators at the station, Maker would try to discover talent all over the world and sign them to the network. In
Buddy back then was Thanos. Buddy was getting all of the top dogs across, you know what I'm saying?
exchange for 20, 30, sometimes 40 or 50% of the creator's ad revenue. Keep in mind, YouTube would send the entire sum of the creator's revenue to the MCN. The MCN would take their cutout and send the rest back to the YouTuber. That's like your paycheck going directly to your landlord. He pays your rent
Yeah.
and sends you the rest. It's hard to understand why anyone would be willing to give up such a large percentage and control of their income. Most creators
Nah,
just didn't
I'ma
know
do
how
my
this
own
business
thing.
worked, and that's where Danny knew he could exploit it. However, Maker did provide some real value. First of all, Maker could get any channel who signed with them instantly monetized. The partner program was still limited access at this
Hey,
time, and Maker had
want your channel monetized like that? Go them.
direct
They
connection
taking a
with
high
YouTube
percent out
since
of
it
it
was
though.
comprised of the most popular creators. You also couldn't monetize gaming videos unless you had a partner network, because video
That's
game companies
crazy.
would copyright claim videos using game footage. Maker even
That's
had
crazy. I didn't know that
connections,
back
and
then.
Music creators could use copyright music or make covers without getting claimed. YouTube support was notoriously terrible, and still kind of is, but
True.
Maker would provide you with a dedicated team member to help you with all of your YouTube related issues. You even needed to sign to an MCN just to make custom video thumbnails. By April of 2011, Maker signed 150 channels that generated 325 million views per month. One of their signees was the #1 most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, Ray William Johnson. Their roster was very
Let's see small.
impressive.
So wait, let's look at the roster real quick. They has small Machinima, yeah, Shane Dawson for it, College Humor, obviously. Okay.
Most subscribed.
Hey, Dawson, second one. Yo, this nigga Shane Dawson had 2 channels back then. They both had 1 million.
Subscribed YouTuber on
Oh,
the
that's
platform,
crazy.
Ray William Johnson. Their roster
Back
was
then, I
very
was watching a
impressive
lot of
with
Machinima
many
as a
of the
kid,
top
bro.
creators, but Maker still didn't have enough money. So Danny raised $1,524,999 from a venture capital firm called Graycroft Partners. And at this point, fans still had no idea how serious this operation was, because the station's content was still just as unhinged as ever. All of the creators that signed to Maker were free to be as creative as possible, so you couldn't really tell there was an infrastructure around it. That's probably because it was still operated by creators who genuinely were interested in making videos.
I'm not gonna lie. Seeing random niggas dance around in public back then, you running the other way. Nowadays, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty normal to see some random nigga do some random nonsense, bro.
But Danny was not operating in the interest of fans. Maker Studios was not taken seriously by the entertainment industry. They weren't respected, and that bothered him. He needed to legitimize.
But it's 20. It's like, I'm assuming it's still like it's the early 2010s, bro. Nobody was taking YouTube that seriously, bro.
YouTube was known for low quality content, which didn't excite investors.
I think the next stage that
Like YouTube just got established like 5 years ago, bro.
YouTube will eventually go to is what Netflix is doing. I think they'll step up and they'll start doing quality content and programming in the same manner. That's not just, you know, Annoying Orange is huge and it's great, but you know the production value in a lot of it, and I'm not knocking them, but the production value on the
crazy
YouTube videos is not there. But I think
it's true. Imagine Mr. Beast was making videos back then. Oh my God, boy, yo.
Step up to that next level, and I don't know what
I like Mr. Beast, yo.
Then yeah,
that'd be crazy.
It becomes its own network, just like Netflix and all these others that you're going to see popping up.
So Danny wanted to make their company as big and legit as possible. By mid-2012, they signed over 2,000 new channels and had viewership in the hundreds of millions. They leveled up from their previous makeshift office space to a now 40,000 square foot series of buildings in Culver City. They grew to 260 employees, a group that includes advertising sales, business development, and tech people. Maker tried to create...
When did Mr. Beast first make his video? I'm talking like early days, like early. Well, he did make videos. I don't remember his first video. Let's see. Let's look at Mr. Beast's first video. Look at my eyes. I mean, you know, you see 2010. Damn. This nigga making Minecraft videos. Obviously, Minecraft was huge back then, bro. Damn. Ooh, imagine he just like started doing his IRL jump like he did nowadays, bro. Like, let me look. He kept doing gaming videos. Woo to woo. Black Ops 2, obviously everybody was on Black Ops 2. Boy, them lobbies, boy. How much money does PewDiePie make? Boom, all that. Boom, boom, boom. When was his first like IRL video, bro? Like his, you know, like the Mr. Beast type of video. Dang. Dude. I think it was like, he said a hi me in like 10 years, something like that. That might have been it. But there's a picture of him in his room. Mr. Beast 6000. I think this, technically. So 8 years. But imagine Mr. Beast style videos back then.
To movies, traditional television shows, merchandise, etc. But their most popular signees were still just regular YouTubers. Maker created what looked like a very successful production studio with multiple different departments servicing their clients, when in reality, it wasn't being put to use. And out of desperation, Danny Zappin made a critical error. Most of Maker's money was coming from their top few creators. Ray William Johnson was their cash cow. Danny approached Ray and said Maker
was making the money.
Cut of revenue from his online show Equals 3. He asked Ray to renegotiate their existing contract 8 months prior to its expiration. Ray said, the terms were incredibly aggressive. They wanted 40% of my YouTube channel's AdSense revenue after production costs, and more importantly, they wanted 50% of the show's intellectual property in perpetuity. And perpetuity means forever. He refused the new terms of the contract. Maker Studio took offense to his refusal, so they threatened to shut down his projects. When I politely refused their deal, as it was not in my best interest, they became increasingly aggressive. Negotiations quickly became a bizarre pissing contest between the heads at Maker Studios and myself, and I wouldn't hand over my intellectual property. They wouldn't stop aggressively trying to get me to sign it over to them. On top of that, Ray claimed that they would not give him any of his AdSense money.
Look at Twitter back then.
Because remember, it all goes to the MCN before the creator.
Now, in the near future, Equals 3 will no longer be part of the Maker Studios network, so I'm gonna film here for a while. Even if I don't have the proper equipment at home, you know what? Even if I have to film butt naked in a back alley, you guys are getting an episode, goddammit.
After Ray William
Hey, back then you probably could upload that to YouTube.
Johnson announced his departure, Maker Studios released a petty public statement. Ray is still part of the Maker network. However, with the recent decline in viewership on Equals 3, it made sense for him to go back to producing the show himself. Maker providing a full production staff of 12 people, including a team of writers, was no longer a viable option for Equals 3. Ray vehemently denies that he ever had 12 people and writers working on his show, nor was his viewership declining. This led to a meeting to resolve the issue, where the CEO promised to return Ray's YouTube AdSense account to him. However, that never happened. They haven't made reasonable attempts to give it back to me. They are now even trying to leverage my own AdSense account against me so that I will sign over all your favorite Martians' intellectual property, void my stock options in the company, and sign a confidentiality agreement to never tell the truth. We wouldn't know about this.
They try to shut him up.
If Ray didn't post all the information in an article published by New Media Rockstars. The other thing that he revealed to the world was that Danny Zappin was a convicted felon, and that he was waiting for his criminal record to be expunged so that he could officially become CEO of Maker. The ex-con texted Ray at 1 a.m. and said,
"Only OGs know about this grim right here, boy. Oh my God. That's crazy,
your
bro.
lack of integrity and character are sad. You
3Gs. Wow, back. Crazy, back.
Ray
Ooh. Hold on. That was negativity. You lack of integrity and character are sad. Fuck you. Prepare for war, bitch.
And character are sad. You prepare for war,
Mm.
bitch. Ray tweeted
Top
that
shit.
nasty text that Danny sent to him, and then Shane Dawson replied with, "I got the same text 3 years ago. Oh, YouTube." Which is interesting since Shane Dawson was a part of the original The Studio crew, then seemingly
YouTube won't be crazy?
Philip DeFranco said, "There's a theme."
YouTube is already
seemingly
crazy. What you
hinting
mean?
That he has had the same beef with
But
Danny Zappin.
crazier?
Then the Fine Bros also
Rap
implied
him.
the same
Let's
thing.
go.
Kasim G seemed annoyed at Phil for speaking up. Philly D, you feeling okay? Kasim G, just wondering how you and your guys can sweep this one under the rug. This was one of the first big pieces of drama that YouTube had seen. Shay Carl immediately defended Danny.
We're not the type of people that is going to try to like keep money from somebody or hold Ray William Johnson's AdSense account hostage. That is definitely not our intention, and that's not Danny Diamond's intention, and that's not Maker Studios' intention. I am proud to be part of Maker Studios. Maker Studios has done a lot for a lot of YouTubers.
Yeah.
Possible for over 350 people to earn a living in this YouTube space. People like my brother and my sister have medical benefits because of Maker Studios, because of people like Danny Diamond and Lisa Nova, and a lot of YouTubers,
reacts.
countless YouTubers
Yeah.
would not be where they're at
Say
today,
that.
me included, me especially, if it wasn't for Danny Diamond's idea and passion for this company.
It's no surprise that Kasim and Shay rushed to defend Danny, as they were two original founders who were set to make a ton of money during the sale of Maker, whereas Ray, Shane, Philip, and the Fine Bros were not founders, but the people who had the most clout that made Maker famous, and at that time were bringing in the views to boost the company's portfolio. Fans didn't know
Shout
if
out
they should
Smosh,
support
bro.
the creators who had nothing to gain by outing Danny, or support the creators who founded the company set to make millions of dollars. Because in the middle of this drama, Time Warner acquired a % stake in the company for $36 million in December of 2012, and other contributors like Canal Plus and Singtel have also provided $26 million, for a combined total of $61.4 million in capital raised. The company was now valued at a several $100 million. Danny Zappin successfully built his company to be the corporate enterprise he envisioned on house arrest. Now he wanted to take his money and run. In April of 2013, Danny Zappin asked to leave the company, cash out his stocks, and receive 6 months of pay, but he was willing to stay on as an advisor. The board had a meeting and authorized his departure, planning to replace him with Enon Kreis, a successful businessman in his own right. However, Danny very quickly changed his mind, demanding a senior executive role in order to save the company. When he was
Save the
denied,
company.
that's when Maker board member Mark Suster claimed Zappin became hostile. Zappin would file a lawsuit against Maker and claimed the now CEO Kreis, and the board hatched a plan to take away Zappin's power and
Yeah, take it away from Bud.
I guess karma got the ex-convict badly. They gave him the same treatment that he gave Ray William Johnson 4 months earlier. But Danny made the right choice. He learned from his mistake as a failed drug dealer. You need to quit while you're at the top. Danny knew the MCN industry as a whole became worthless on April 12, 2012. YouTube opened their partner program to anyone in the top 20 countries that used the site. Now you no longer needed an MCN to be monetized. You didn't need an MCN to make custom thumbnails. They would not protect you from copyright claims even though they said they could. You don't need a fancy multi-million-dollar studio to produce videos in your bedroom. Maker had way too many creators signed to their network to provide services and support to all of them individually. So why would a creator sign to them?
No point.
Because they were really good at lying. Today we have the benefit of hindsight. We know how many independent creators have built legitimate businesses through YouTube.
True.
We now know that YouTube is somewhat of a stable career path. It's not just some wacky hobby that only fringe kids do. In 2012, the future of YouTube was still unknown, so it was very easy for sales representatives at a big company like Maker to convince little old Patrick that he needs the backing of a major corporation. But they even convinced large creators to join. In December 2012, Maker was able to acquire the new #1 most subscribed and viewed YouTuber on the platform, PewDiePie. Once that happened, they acquired most of the YouTube giants. Epic Rap Battles of History, Tobuscus, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye.
Tobuscus,
They quickly became the
OGs.
MCN. By early 2014, they had over 55,000 signed creators to their network. But big creators like PewDiePie likely were not giving 10 to 40% of their ad revenue to Maker, especially amidst their bad press. Some creators gave Maker 0% of their ad revenue.
What?
The reason Maker took 0% was more devious than you could imagine. The fact that MCNs received the entire ad revenue check from YouTube, then took a small percent or 0% before sending it to the creator was crucial for their business model. It makes their cash flow look insane. Maker's bank accounts were holding tens of hundreds of millions in cash. MCNs used these numbers to convince investors that YouTube was an untapped gold mine, and it was because of their content strategies. The other number they used to trick investors was views. By signing top talent, they were able to show how many views, aka advertisement potential, they were generating. Every all-hands meeting was led off with the number of views they were doing. 10 billion views, 11 billion, 12 billion. But the reason the views were growing was because the network kept growing and we were just adding more and more channels. Also, Maker did not technically own the content that creators like Markiplier and PewDiePie put out. It was riddled with copyright material and couldn't be sold to other platforms. Investors did not understand YouTube at all, but they couldn't ignore the money. In 2013, Maker generated $370 million in ad revenue, and 70 million of that was in direct sales. If you watch my previous video on Disney, then you know that in the mid-2010s, they were on fire with every aspect of their business. They were to take full control of every content medium in existence.
We've seen that.
They wanted to buy their way into YouTube, and in March of 2014, Disney acquired Maker Studios for $500 million, with the promise of up to $950 million if they met their targets. The final number ended up being $650 million. Original founders like Kasim G, Lisa Nova, and Shay Carl made a fortune.
This is going to change our lives and the lives of my children forever. Forever. This will change my kid's life.
By trusting the vision of Danny Zappin, Shay Carl got filthy rich. He bought a multi-million-dollar compound in Idaho and still uploads consistent vlogs of him and his family enjoying extraordinary wealth.
Hey, get your money, man. I ain't hating, bro. Get the money, man.
It was a humble idea, but it quickly turned into a system to make the business way more successful than it was, so the stockholders could sell it and cash out, leaving someone else to handle the pile of trash. And Disney had to take out the trash. They quickly realized they bought a business built off lies. Disney didn't really do anything with Maker Studios. They thought all YouTube creators would just become Disney, Marvel, and Pixar marketing puppets, shoving Disney ads in young kids' faces in every YouTube video. And they honestly could have forced that, but they didn't. Maker executives complained of the slow integration process and that they didn't receive access to Disney's brand and intellectual property. They probably didn't want YouTubers destroying their IP. Out of desperation, Maker tried to introduce new channels such as Polaris by Maker, a gaming channel. They tried to revive the station YouTube channel with shows like Casual Sketch, Song Voyage, and Time Machine, starring Timothy DeLaGhetto and Ricky Shucks. But these shows lacked the personal connection needed to survive on YouTube. It felt corporate and soulless. Despite the downward trend, they kept signing creators into predatory contracts, forcing them to be trapped in the family business. There are countless examples of creators expressing their resentment towards Maker and all other MCNs that have scammed them, but the best example can be explained by none other than Moist Critical.
And then Maker came along and said, hey, we'll offer you this contract. It was a 60-40 split, and at the time that sounded great to me. I have never had any way of contacting Maker Their support line does absolutely fucking nothing. And if you don't have your channel manager there to be that bridge, then you just have no way of getting in touch with Maker. It would sometimes take up to 3 months to get one check from Maker. It was last year when my channel got disabled due to false copyright strikes. I could not contact Maker no matter what. I did everything possible to get in contact with them. A contract shouldn't auto-renew. You should have to sign off on it each time it tries to renew. Maker Studios is just so lazy, so unorganized, and just doesn't give a about any of the people in their network.
I trust Charlie.
Insanely unfair money
And
splits,
Charlie, I
terrible
trust.
communication, no assistance with copyright.
I was about to say, I was wondering when, because Charlie been making videos for a long ass time.
Automatically renewing
So he has to be
contracts that
somewhere around.
creators cannot get out of. In a silver lining to a terrible situation, PewDiePie stepped in and saved
Did
the
they make
entire
this nigga look like Homelander?
of YouTube. His anti-Semitic joke and Nazi imagery had Maker immediately drop him from the network. Disney decided they could not take a risk on
I thought they dropped him because that the infamous PUBG clip. If you know, you know.
unpredictable YouTubers anymore. They cut support from over 60,000 YouTubers.
It's not
down
like
to just
PewDiePie needed them, though.
300. They rebranded Maker to Disney Digital Network, and now the MCN business is pretty much dead. It's hard to know if Danny knew this business.
Said, what a nee.
It initially started out as a humble group of creators working together to achieve a common dream, and within a short few years they were strongholding thousands of creators in evil contracts, forging their books to make themselves look successful, and almost destroyed YouTube as a whole. But I guess a few YouTubers got filthy rich, so it's all good, right?
A lot of YouTubers are rich. W Video Pat, hey bro.